bloody skull is following me.
Yes, they
It is
all will
literally
see.
stalking me. Ooh, pretty tree. I like this tree. Yrliet! Wow, I didn't expect to find you so quickly. Hi.
Yrliet Lenevis greets you, Elantark.
Can you say it again? I wasn't ready. It kind of sounded like a combination between Yrliet and Yrliet. The bizarre creature before you... What does it looks like an elf. What is so bizarre about her visage? The bizarre creature before you only vaguely resembles a typical human. An elongated body, slender limbs, pointed features. Every aspect of its appearance is unnatural and alien. I don't know that I would agree with your assessment. Yes, she's taller than me. I mean, that's not a complaint. She just looks taller. She looks fine to me. Hi.
Regrettable news. This creature is not a mutant as the locals assumed, but a representative of the Eldari, one of the myriad enemies of humanity. You should not trust this creature. Do not communicate with it any longer than necessary.
Heinrich tosses out some words in a strange language. There is a hint of musicality to it, but the interrogator's rendering is harsh and off-putting. After meeting the gaze of the unknown being, Heinrich turns to you. Look, let's not be racist, Heinrichs. I can understand that a race of creatures could inherently be under the directive of an opposing force of ours. Understandable. But it's not like every single one of them is inherently, like, against us. It would be like, I mean, this is a terrible example for obvious reasons, but it would be like if we just hated every single orc of Sauron simply because orcs serve Sauron. What if one orc decided he didn't want to serve Sauron? What if he just wanted to focus on his survival and wanted to, you know, live to see another day? So he turned forces and he went and made friends with the elves of literally any elf on the planet and was like, hey, I don't want to die. What are we going to do? Kill him just because he's an orc? No! I am ignoring the fact that orcs are made by Sauron and inherently evil and they would never do that. But you see what I'm trying to say, though?
There is no need to mutilate my language, monkey. I speak yours well enough to converse with Elantark without a translator. And since you have discerned my path, I will be direct in my speech.
So are the Eldari essentially just space elves? Because I am totally here for this. I would happily have played an Eldari myself if that were the case, although nobody would be receptive to me and everybody would be trying to kill me more than they already are. This is cool.
My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one.
See?
I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
What is the Lilithon? I think that's how she pronounced it. You have 10 seconds to get out of my sight, Xenos. Starting now. Rogue trader von Valencius will never speak to vermin such as Xenos as if they are equals. So if you want to live, you will address me with proper respect. I will speak with you, Yrliet Lenevis, but keep your hands where I can see them. To be honest, the only part I understood was that you have no desire to fight. That is one thing we have in common. I don't converse with enemies of humanity. I don't know, I like using her full name. It speaks to that I heard what she said and I'm responding in kind, but I don't like the threat. I mean, it's honest, but I don't like it. To be honest, the only part I understood was that you have no desire to fight. That is one thing we have in common.
Reckless.
Something tells me that romancing this guy is going to be harder than I thought, because he's very rigid and unyielding, and that just doesn't work for me.
Must I remind you, Master Van Calox, that the warrant endows rogue traders with the sacred right to have dealings with Xenos when necessary? That exceptional memory of yours seems to have let you down.
Leave the guy alone. He's allowed to be upset that an enemy of humanity is conversing with his temporary leader, alright? Chill, Abelard. Don't escalate things unnecessarily.
I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature.
You can backstab me and I wouldn't care.
Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
I have many questions for you. So you're the governor's mysterious helper.
I am Elantark. My hand parried the death promised to the ruler of these people, and I aided you in battle against the Lost Ones.
Why are you helping the governor?
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering.
But why Janus specifically? What do you know about the rank and file rebels?
Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Awareness test succeeded. Yrliet's face is unreadable, but you detect a strange tension in her voice, as though she is choosing her words carefully. Do you know who is behind the uprisings?
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
Yep, I have experienced it several times already. Your answers are not particularly helpful.
But you are not asking for help, Elantark. You are merely asking questions.
I haven't gotten to the help
The answers
request
to
yet.
which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow.
Let me be the judge of the former.
Explore this place. Speak to those who know.
Nobody wants to talk to me.
A simple task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion.
True.
When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
Fair. If you want, you can join me. None of the locals would dare look askance at you at the rogue trader's presence.
So be it. I will go with you.
That is a very practical solution. Heinrichs, I don't want to hear a word of it. Yrliet is silent for several seconds, her gaze fixed on something beyond you. Slowly drawing out her words, she replies.
With all due respect, are you sure this is the right decision?
Yes, and don't
We
question
know
me,
nothing about this
Heinrichs.
Xenos, or why she has wormed her way into the governor's confidence.
I cannot.
As far as I can tell, she isn't especially keen to help us, and yet, for some obviously dark reason, she has decided to take part in our investigation.
Obviously dark. Prejudiced much, bro?
My judgments and choices are for me alone, Monkey. If uniting with your mistress will bring peace to the Lilithon, then it is the true path. Do not get in my way if you value your next breath.
If uniting with your mistress will bring peace. What does that mean? I don't understand.
You have not yet spent enough time among humans if you think threats will dispose me more favorably toward you. The decision is yours, rogue trader. But let me be clear. I will terminate your pet Xenos at the first sign of her non-compliance.
Sure.
I am ready, Elantark. Let us go forth.
I had other questions. Hold up. I had other questions. Many of them. That sucks. Yrliet's abilities. Yrliet is a Xenos, one of the Asuryani. She is a ranger who follows the path of the outcast, and her skills in ranged combat are without equal. You can help me on the back line. Yrliet does not use human weapons and can wear either Eldari armor or, if she learns the required feat, Drakari armor. I don't know the importance of that. Yrliet's unique ability instantly ends her turn. However, at the start of her next turn, she will make an attack that always hits its target. Or, I like. Look, Cassia, I'm super sorry about this. I really am. You are fantastic at AoE, and other than Argenta, you are my only AoE. But I'd like to see how she works in combat. Sorry. That means I can't talk to you now. Fudge tickles. Okay. I'm leveling her without knowing how she works in combat. So not ideal. What do you want? AP increase grants +1 additional AP on the 20th rank. AP is useless to me if I have nothing to use it with. Honestly. It's really... Maybe I should have done ballistic rather than fellowship, because I really just like to shoot shit rather than speak about shit. Anyway, you get an extra 20 and you want to get toughness or weapon skill? Probably toughness. You need to survive, my friend. Again, it's only really useful if you do something constructive with it. I often don't even need all the AP because I just don't care about your abilities. Perception or weapon? Perception. Weapon skill, for sure. Oh, you get a talent. No. 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 Oh, that's kind of it. Do you want gain plus 13 tech use? Even though your tech use is already revolting, like literally disgusting. Do you want it? There's not really much else happening here unless you want to get a statistic. You could get some more intelligence. You can get +5. That's good. That increases your tech use. Not bad. Heavy weapons, you don't have any. Dual weapon. What are you actually holding? You've got your weapon. Is it a double-handed weapon? I don't even remember what you use. Yeah, fine. Whatever. He has the axe and the plasma gun. That means I could do both? Really? Oh, but it's a two-handed melee weapon. How does that work? It's a two-handed melee weapon. But it is in just the one slot as opposed to here. Would two-handed combat be remiss? I mean, although if I'm up in range, can he shoot in range? You get an extra 2 movement points. Gain personal weapons, gain +2 maximum damage. It's not the best thing in the world. This attack suffers a -20 penalty to weapon skill and ballistic skill. It costs 1 AP more. Not worth it then. Just take the intelligence, I think. Worth it? Perhaps not. You can have it anyway. Weapon skill. What do you got? You got willpower, strength, and weapon skill. What does willpower do? Oh, for your psycho stuff, which I really don't care that much about. Oh, I see why he's so against the Xenos. I see how it is. Or I just give him straight weapon skill and he goes hack slash, hack slash. His parry goes up. Take it. Whatever. Okay, you've got several levels to catch up on. Oh, operative. Gross. Wait, I have to pick one? I mean, I'm assuming bounty hunter, right? Or assassin? High damage, dodge, dodge reduction, thresh elimination, hit and run. Don't know. Let me find out what you're supposed to be. Okay, I just noticed that my recording stopped itself 10 minutes ago. I don't know why the fuck it did that. I'm kind of pissed. Yeah, I really hate NVIDIA. Like, I had problems with the previous graphics card I had. I got a brand new graphics card, and I have the exact same problems with NVIDIA. So it has to be an NVIDIA software problem more so than a hardware problem, and I'm still pissed about it. Because nothing I do can fix it, and they don't seem very helpful in fixing the problem. So, okay, I've lost 10 minutes. I'm going to assume it's when I minimized the game to look at Yrliet's archetype. I'm going to assume that was 10 minutes ago, and why it stopped recording. I don't know why minimizing a game would even do that, but anyway. I chose Bounty Hunter because it seemed, even though people were arguing for Assassin, Bounty Hunter seemed the more popular choice. I just randomly chose abilities for her because I don't know really what she wants and how she functions, other than to go pew-pew. I looked at her inventory. She had nothing particularly interesting, and I had nothing to give her because I had nothing in my inventory. and we looted. That's kind of all we've really done. And then we come and speak to this gentleman, who I don't know because I haven't really spoken to him. So, your ladyship, what an honour it is to address you in person. Allow me to introduce myself. Yrliet Quit, prefectus of the Officio Agricolte. Agricolte? No, it definitely is a T. I preserve the record of our conversation forever. Why? What record of our conversation? Your ladyship, I painstakingly record every conversation with high-ranking personages, and afterward I fill out all 7 accompanying forms personally. Yrliet, this sounds obnoxious, rolls up a completed scroll in a practiced gesture, throws it away and pulls out a new one. Your words and judgments are in good hand. Yrliet's mechanical fingers fly over the scroll as he fills in another line. And of course, what a great fortune it is to see, for the very first time in all my years of service, an emissary of the Navis Nobilite here in Janus. I humbly welcome the esteemed laudable foresight, a strange hobby, but you may continue to recording me. Go for it. I thank you. Moments such as the appearance of a rogue trader must be preserved for posterity. What do you think of Vistenza Viat? The governor is a superb leader. She possesses an excellent grasp of all matters and never uses an incorrect form for a given situation. I do not pry into her personal affairs. But if I may speak plainly, a lady who fills up paperwork with such finesse cannot be a bad person in my view. I think you're rather biased in your own perception of paperwork. What did you have to say about the governor's help, Yrliet? Even though she's literally right here and listening. Yrliet looks askance at Yrliet and offers a strange smile. A highly, highly exceptional individual. After today's regretful event, I am beginning to hold her talents in a particular esteem. Verily, even mutants who have seen the light of the God Emperor can faithfully serve his flock. Moreover, Yrliet's particular abilities could be an interesting subject of study for the Magos Biologus. Hold on, I just realised you spoke about the Navis Nobilite, but I banned Cassia from my team. That elongated head shape, those eyes, judging by the skull that was given to me descent onto footfall, such developmental anomalies in Janus are not a quirk of nature, but some kind of inheritable trait. Yrliet freezes completely, turning into a living statue. What did you say? Oh, madam, have my words upset you? I actually think she's wondering about the skull. Was she perhaps looking for somebody on this planet? Or was she stranded here with somebody? I'm certain your kinsman would be delighted to learn that people wish to make pretty presse-papier out of his remains. And besides, I could be wrong about the nature of his origins. What skull are you talking about? A most remarkable item, I must say. A true anomaly. One moment. How did you get the skull, may I ask? Because the skull was ostensibly connected to a spine in a fleshy tomb. Did you personally free the skull from its abode, or was it given to you? As rummaging in a nearby container, Yrliet draws out a parcel, which he immediately unwraps. Here it is. I believe the finished piece was intended to be given as a gift to the governor, but under the current circumstances, I doubt I'll be able to send a footfall anytime soon. Yrliet stares at the skull in silence. You can see her jaw working under her delicate skin. After a few moments, she abruptly turns away. Pascal's macadendrites reach towards Yrliet with interest, seeming to unnerve him a little. Adequately preserved. It is a pity that it is empty inside. It could have become a proper servo skull herald for the rogue trader. Unorthodox. A curiosity like this would look very nice on my desk. Remove it from my side. Smash the skull. Repulsive barbarism. Yeah, but what does Yrliet want? I don't want to insult her, but I kind of don't want to leave the skull in his possession. Oh yes, of course. Yrliet hurriedly returns the skull to the container. What are your duties here? By the grace of the God Emperor, I oversee the administrative apparatus on the planet and serve as secretary. I am also responsible for the logistics related to supplying the planets of the Von Valencius dynasty and the timely payment of the tithes to the Imperium's official collectors. Speaking of the Von Valencius dynasty, when were the last shipments sent? Oh, your ladyship, our supply shipments are all in order. All foodstuffs and other items are ready to export and are simply awaiting the arrival of the transport ships. However, given the current circumstances of the planet, Janus could not provide even one tranche? Nah, more than what is already prepared. I am certain the situation will be rectified in the near future. Yeah, but me. When did the collector ships last come to Janus? Oh, your ladyship, I must confess that as yet I have not had the pleasure of filling out a sacred tithe protocol form, as the last Imperial ships to come here did so under my predecessor. Come to think of it, that would have been several decades ago. I do hope the logisticians Guardians responsible for such an unforgivable oversight lose their heads for this. Yeah, bro, it's enough. As you wish, your ladyship. Tell me about Janus, what is happening on the planet? Alas, your ladyship, rebellions have caused us too many problems in recent times. The rebels interfering with established processes, interrupting supplies, and sabotaging our serfs' work. A few nobles have even been killed, and worst of all, some of the victims occupied important administrative posts. Until their replacements pass their checks, complete all their induction forms, and go through the official appointment procedure, important paperwork is going unsigned. It's a bureaucratic catastrophe. The absence of a required signature is, of course, the most horrifying thing about this situation. Thanks, Heinrichs. For your sarcasm. Indeed it is. Financial reports, logistics directives, waybills for food shipments. Without the signature of the most respected and now deceased head of House of Sakaris. I'm sorry, what? Deceased head of House of Sakaris? Tell me more about that. Shipments to settlements in Aegis 24 have been stopped. The heirs are still dealing with the transfer of holdings, and incoming reports tell us that a quarter of the workings in the affected settlements have already died of starvation, while most of those remaining have left the perimeter and have not yet returned to their designated places. If things continue in this vein, I dare not even imagine what it could lead to. There are worlds that are ravaged by war for generations. Generations, your ladyship. Like that deranged planet by the nameless star, so close to our own peaceful system. The inhabitants there supposedly live under the patronage of rogue trader Winterscale. I shudder to think what he has created there. I want to know details. Where have the rebels struck and how? Of course. I'd be delighted to furnish you with all the information I have. In the last few months, 15 organized attacks and 7 terrorist attacks, ooh, we're upgrading to terrorist attacks, have been perpetrated. Irrigation equipment has been sabotaged in agrarian sectors 3 to 5, transport routes 2 to 7, 14, 13, and also, I suppose this will not tell you much. Please. Oh, thank you for realizing. With a fussy gesture, he presses several buttons on his data slate screen, and a 3-dimensional map with coordinates of the attacks appears on your cogitator. Thank you. Logic test succeeded. The data is superbly collated, and the map clearly displays the actions of the rebels. Oh no, we were using Cassie for one of her stats. Oops. At first glance, there seems to be no logic to their campaign, but after analysing the data on the features of the terrain, you notice a clear system indicating a geographical pattern to their attacks. Really? There's a pattern? Patterns can be foreseen. And ambushed. Who is directing the rebels? Does anyone know? The rebels are well armed and well trained. What's more, the governor's advisors are inclined to think that the instigators of the rebellions are very familiar with the planet's terrain and climate. My ordinates are going through the registration records day and night, looking for individuals who have completed military training, but we've so far been unable to identify this scoundrel. What are you doing to combat the rebels? Our security services are tracking those who support the rebels, and our regular wardens are wiping out those saboteurs without the slightest mercy, but they keep on appearing. My scribes have been run off their feet, keeping records of all the public hearings and executions, but I am confident that the governor will find a solution soon. Okay, what do you know about the attack on the estate? A disgraceful incident, simply disgraceful. I cannot believe these scoundrels would dare to come so close, to drag the nobility into this as well. If they penetrated the estate, that means they had help from the worthless servant or other. Security is currently questioning the survivors, but the culprit has not yet been found. Yet. Attilius Quint smiles unpleasantly. Bye, bruh. Well, that was enlightening. What did it give me? Gather more information. To narrow the search area. Okay, narrowing the search area. Go team. Still haven't found any other individual who can help me with information. Okay, how does one get down here? A staircase, of course. Who would have thought? State warden. Oh, that's my ship. I see.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Oh. Hi, dead person. Thank you for your goods. The deceased arms and face are covered in small boils that ooze cloudy pus even after death. Why? Why are they oozing? That doesn't seem right. Can you guys tell me about the breach in the walls? Nope, that would be too simple. Can we get through that, do you suppose? Sorry, I know this requires you to come back.
What lies beyond?
No, it doesn't look like that's a place I can go. Sad face. Oh, okay. Well, I tried.
Applaud my brilliance.
Sealed containers marked with the familiar insignia of the Munitorium and additional seals of a forged world unknown to you. The crates contain high-grade weapons likely made to order. Interesting that the information stayed there for long enough for me to actually read it. Which is a
There will be no
miracle.
peace
Oh, it's
in
bugged.
my
It's not
wake.
going to go away. Okay, well, that was fun. Oh, we left Cassia back there. I thought she would have gone back onto the ship. Screw you. I was just about to talk to you, man. A hulking man dressed in a uniform, marking him as an officer of the gubernatorial wardens, is closely monitoring the subordinates as they surround the building. Sensing your approach, he whips around, his face going pale, and he offers a low bow. Your ladyship, please, do not stray too close to the building. One of the terrorists from today's attack has holed himself up in there. He could be dangerous. What's going on here? That sounds very Dragon Age Inquisition. Ready to report, your ladyship. We conducted a sweep of the area after the attack. All of the assassins were arrested or neutralized, except for one. The officer scowls darkly. He's sealed himself inside. He's already injured 2 wardens who tried to reach him. But there's no need to worry. We'll poison him and clear the last dregs of dirt from the estate. I have only one question, officer. Why have you not already done it? The rogue trader is here, and the longer you delay, the more you put her life needlessly at risk. Can I just go fetch him myself? The officer flinches slightly at our blood. Snarl. It is inexcusable, your ladyship. The barrels of poison were only just delivered, but we're ready to begin now. You're going to poison the rebel? The officer nods. We're using insecticide from our stockpiles, your ladyship. We don't have any military-grade poisons, but we don't need them for this parasite. Who is he? Officer's brow frowns. To tell you the truth, your ladyship, I'm more concerned with clearing the area right now than with his identity. We're not expecting to get any valuable intel from him, unless we find something on his corpse after we've done our job. What's so special about this building? It's one of the utility buildings. Fortunately, it was empty at the time of the attack. There were no potential hostages or innocent people inside. If you ask me, I think this was the first place the killer came to when he was beating his retreat. We managed to round up all the others, but this one holed himself up in here. This is not an empty utility building, but an inactive backup crypt for storing refrigerant and freezing equipment. This is obvious. Your ignorance is depressing, servant. Sorry, I want to talk to the person inside. Are you sure? It's not exactly safe, your ladyship. The officer's eyes involuntarily slip over you, sizing you up. Alright, fine, I'll take a look around after you finished up. You dare to question me? Out of my way. The officer seems to remember himself and offers another low bow. Forgive me, your ladyship. Act as you see fit. At the officer's signal, the other wardens take a deferential step back, clearing your path to the door. I'm waiting for one of these guys to be a traitor and actually sift the poison through after I'm inside. It could happen. There's no one to trust here. When you approach the soul-looking door, a high, boyish voice shouts off, "Piss off! You won't take me alive. Better to put a bullet in my brain than let the governor's dogs get their hands on me. I am Dolores, a rogue trader and sovereign of this planet. In the name of the Emperor, open this door." Examine the door, break down the door, pick the lock. Oh, the low awareness. I mean, it's at 80! Oh well. The door looks solid and formidable, but you notice dark marks on the hinges, a sure sign that the material is degraded. The lock doesn't look new either. With a suitable tool, it could be easily opened. Okay, break it down then. A few powerful blows and the door flies open, revealing the way inside. Hi! This room is smaller than I thought. Wounded rebel. Inside is poorly lit, but you spot a person standing on the far corner. He is desperately gripping a discharged lasgun in his hands. At the sight of you, his eyes widen in recognition. And fear. It can't be. The rogue trader. The young man, practically a boy, falls to his knees and stretches out his bloody hands towards you. His clothes are burned on one side and grimy with baked-in blood. Your ladyship, have mercy. You are the sovereign of this planet, and you have the power to save us. Youth is a time of recklessness. I heard that said more than once in the Scholar Progenium, and during my novitiate. But youth is also a time of directness. Let us listen to this young man before we judge him. Save you from what? From Governor Viat. Everybody here knows what she's doing to us. We've put up with it for a long time, hoping that somebody would intervene and help us, but nobody ever did. She's turned the whole world into a slaughterhouse. People are rounded up like rocks from the settlements, supposedly to go to the palace, and they're never seen again. Her servants pour something over the fields, and then people lose it. This fucking bitch. Oh my god. Bitch gonna die. And people lose their minds. They're starting hearing voices and seeing evil spirits. And while we're dying, she's sitting behind her white walls and feasting on our bones. Yrliet's face twists. Sacrifices, madness, pain, and death. Even in so primitive a society as this, such rites seem senseless, not worthy of such efforts. What is this? A random quirk of nature? Or something darker? You're telling me people are seeing evil spirits? Yes. Others are going feral and attacking their loved ones. And then there's... The boy lowers his voice. People say that in some settlements, well, they've stopped upholding the law altogether. Imperial law and the law of basic human decency. People are turning into animals. Who is behind the rebels? He swallows nervously and looks at you with fear. Your ladyship, I beg you, don't ask me that. I can't sell out my brethren. It's over for me, but the others, I won't betray them. There'll be no end to the war on this planet until I get a handle on the situation. To do that, I need to meet with your leader. Agreed. Iconoclast, give the rebel an easy death. The people waiting outside will be far worse. No, I mean, we'll get there. Poor guy. I wish I wouldn't have to kill him. The boy hesitates for a few seconds, and then his head drops limply, as long as you keep your word. I mean, you've given me reason not to kill the rebels just out of hand. I've never been in their camp. None of us have. Only the chief saw one person from their base. He came a few times, bringing weapons and orders. He said he represented a greater force than we could imagine, and he said that the governor's dogs will pay for the reprisals in the settlements. But that's not where they're hidden. They keep their distance from ordinary folks. Conduct the search operation from the voidship by scanning the planet. Oh, win. We have it all worked out so that if anyone gets caught, the others aren't caught with them. But I swiped the Chief's Vox. I thought, after I killed the governor, I could use the message coordinates to find the base and hide out there. That's actually super smart. Boy retrieves a Vox from his pocket and holds it out to you with a shaking hand. That's everything I know, your ladyship. Get up and come with me. I give you my word as a rogue trader, you will live. The rebel looks at you in bewilderment, and then bows low before you. When he speaks, his voice trembles. Your ladyship, thank you. Thank you for this kindness. I never thought I'd survive this. I'm still thinking he's gonna get killed as we leave. This dude is absolutely... This security officer is absolutely gonna kill him. The officer of the wardens casts a disdainful look over the rebel before turning its gaze on you. Your ladyship, I honor your bravery. Please, allow me to get rid of this rat for you. This man is now under my protection. See to it that he is held safely in custody until his fate is decided by a fair trial. Escort this man safely to the perimeter of the estate. He is free to go. Ooh. This man will serve Janus yet. Consult your advisors and see to it this rebel is made into a useful servant. Don't fuck me. Make an example of his scum. Publicly flay him and string up his corpse outside his family home as a warning. If anyone tries to remove it, shoot them. Sweet baby Jesus. Off you go, sir. A dumbfounded expression appears on the officer's face. With the deepest respect, your ladyship. The officer thinks better of the words of his next words and abruptly bows. Damn straight. Otherwise, a bullet would be going between your brow. It'll be done. Thank you, your ladyship. Without your patronage, I would already be dead. I don't have too much faith that you're gonna survive through this, kid. I'm gonna be honest. Somebody is going to kill you. But I tried. I did my best. Okay, holy shit. If this bitch has betrayed me, she is going to die. And to think I wouldn't have had that, I mean, it's not like I trusted the woman to start off with, but I wouldn't have had that explicit knowledge had I not come in here. I like how things work out like that.
They will see. Oh, yes, they all
Well, I'm not going to talk to Viat, because that would just be a measure of futility. Let's just leave and scan the planet and find these rebels and have a nice, friendly conversation. So I'm just going to go this way in case there is loot, because I didn't come this way. I don't think there's anything, but... Okay, no, oh, hold on, we didn't go this way. Look at that, we could have missed out on these goods. Alright, back to the ship. Oh, hold on. Going more this way.
In this tapestry of
Old
a world,
servant, can I help you?
I am the rogue
Hi.
threat.
Hearing your footsteps, the elderly servant grabs an injector and stabs it into his arm. Can we amputate? Because he's about to die. The area around the needle immediately starts turning black. You're too late, Viad's dogs. I'm the master of my own fate. But when he gets a better look at you, the man drops the injector in astonishment and seems poised to prostrate himself on the floor before you. It's you, your ladyship. The God Emperor must have brought you here. I beg you, help the rebels and save Janice. He doubles up, hugging himself, and is racked by coughing that leaves his lips wet with blood. Forgive me, your ladyship. If only I'd known it was you. My eyes deceived me. But to be fair, we do look very similar. We have little time now, but I swear I'll tell you everything. Looking closely at the old man, the tech priest utters, nerve toxin. The inevitable cessation of vital functions is expected in no more than 60 seconds. Do we have any way to fix it? We've got medikits. Sound clicks emitted by the visor indicate an ongoing picked recording. Say whatever it is you want, and be quick about it. You helped the rebels gain access to the estate. What did you inject yourself with? In the name of the Golden Throne, your ladyship, show mercy on the humble workers, the salt of Janus. Save them. It's interesting that 2 independent rebels have told me this, so it could be a setup, but I don't think it is. Vicenza Viad, the untouchable governor and leader of the nobility, is creating something monstrous behind closed doors. She uses the Imperium's interests as a smokescreen and purports to be a scholar, but her actions that are poisoning our planet. Well, we knew somebody was poisoning the planet. Did you know that the settlements that failed to pay their due tithes on time have been allowed to pay with people instead? They even deliver them to order. Sometimes old folks, sometimes children. He lowers his voice to a whisper and leans toward you. I've seen those people. I've seen them being delivered to the estate, and then they're never seen or heard from again. They go into the secret rooms. Yet, I noticed there were lots of rooms I wasn't allowed into, and they don't come out again, your ladyship. Ever. The old man lets out a moan. The dark stain on his arm seems to creep through his veins until his arms and neck are a latticework of black. The servant's breath quickens and becomes irregular. You accuse the governor, with only conjecture and rumour to back up your words. How dare you? What secret rooms? What else is going on in the settlements? You can still be saved. I mean, Getty, wouldn't we have already done it if you could? Hidden chambers deep within the palace. I've never been inside, thankfully. The servants who are allowed in, the ones the governors trust, they change. She changes them, pretties them up, defiles them. I see no shadows of deceit behind your words, and even so, I would have noticed. I know I would have noticed the signs of which Yrliet's face tenses like a taut string and doubt creeps into her expression. Except whenever Vicenza hosts one of her dances at the palace, she sends me away to search for the rebels, into the forests, far from human settlements. You accuse Rogue Trader's appointed governor of heresy. Not my appointed governor. Theodora's appointed governor. If your words are false, they themselves are tantamount to heresy. He's about to die. Does he care about heresy? But if what you say is true, if it's true, then your sacrifice will be to your credit, my good man. I intend to utter these last words with impassioned conviction. I swear I'm not lying. Pray for me, holy sister, for me and for Janice. Can we save him? Can we save him? He can still be saved. No, don't waste your time on somebody who is as good as dead already. I'll depart this world happily knowing that I'm free from the clutches of that monster sitting on the governor's throne. The old man starts to convulse, indicating that he is close to death. He raises his already unseeing eyes to you. Your ladyship, if you'll permit a dying man to make one last request, don't tell anyone that I was the one who unlocked the doors. If you do, they'll go after my family, my home. I mean, yes, but he won't answer when he's this fervent. I will keep your secrets. Please save us. Save Janice. The servant rusts violently and collapses on his side, racked with convulsions. Poor guy. I was kind of hoping we'd have like a letter on him, but that'd be really irresponsible, wouldn't it? Would literally lead the very people he wishes to hide from to his family. Alright, well, a bitch is gonna die, but let me take care of this planet first. Let's conduct this search operation. This is not going to end well for her. Alantark, Yrliet wishes for your attention. As you once sought my help now I am seeking yours. The time has come to dispel the final shadows of our path. Do you really want to speak about this in front of everybody else? But sure. I have hidden the truth from you. I know a great deal about those who are disturbing the peace of the local ruler, and I also know where they are hiding. Allow me to show you the way, on the condition that you bring me to them. I don't think the rogue trader needs your revelations right now, Xenos. That is even assuming that you are not lying now as well. Why did you not say anything? No other path was open to me, but now our paths are aligned, and my decision was motivated not by caprice, but by reason, which compels me now to be honest with the person who can fix all this. Everything you've discovered, everything you have learned from your kind, they are all traces of the same calamity. A calamity that will eclipse all the strife and wars on the face of this world. All the signs were plain to see, but I was here, and the Monkey failed to recognize the coming storm. Please, follow me, Dolores. You must, if this world truly matters to you. What calamity are you talking about? You're still holding back information. I will reveal the truth very soon, but not here, not in the place where it seems evil has made its nest. Have patience, Elanthak, and trust me. If one of the Imperium's worlds is in danger, so be it, I will follow you. Excellent. I was beginning to get bored without living targets to shoot at. I believe you. Lead on. Please restrain your bloodlust. While I am with you, nothing will threaten us. Oh, I got myself a bodyguard, guys. I like her already. Let's go, Elantark. I pray to the gods that we are not too late. You and me both, babe. I really hope we're not too late. No! We don't have to scan the planet because I have her with me. Get to go straight to the forests. It looks so pretty. I swear they just copied and pasted those birds from the other shot. All right. We got to bypass that step entirely. Ugh, this place is big. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have my washing to get out of the washing machine. And morning tea to eat. Bear with me, game.